Lawmakers in Somalia have elected an academic as their new president. Hassan Sheikh Mohamud will lead the first official government since the country plunged into civil war 21 years ago.
The parliamentary speaker announced the result of the secret ballot. Mohamud is an academic as well as a civic activist who's worked for several peace and development organisations. His election's being seen as a new era for a country which has lacked an effective central government since the outbreak of civil war in 1991. However, he faces major challenges from militants, pirates and local militias, all vying for control of parts of Somalia.
I congratulate all the Somali people wherever they are. I can say that we have now come back from the long days of suffering and our feet are heading in the right path.
Importantly, the outgoing administration, which had been widely criticised for corruption, publicly recognised the outcome. The defeated president said he was ready and willing to work with the winner. Little is known about President Mohamud. He'd never been involved in formal politics until this week. He's a moderate Islamist who managed to persuade the extremists of Al-Shabaab to allow his university to remain open during the time they controlled most of the capital. Outside the parliament building, life in Somalia is getting better, but remains extremely tough. The country doesn't have a functioning government. The new president will need all his negotiation skills if he's to make any progress.
Many suspect the new government may just be as corrupt as the previous one. The outgoing president was among the political leaders accused of stealing government funds in a recent UN report. Still, the first elected leader in years brings hope to the nation.
Somalis were tired of more fighting, civil war and transitional governments. And now, as a people, we are very happy with the transition. We're going to have an official government that will be headed by a president who can lead the people towards development and peace.
Somalia has been without an effective central government since it plunged into civil war in 1991. Last year, with the help of African Union forces, the Western-backed administration in Mogadishu managed to drive the Al-Qaeda-linked Al-Shabaab out of the capital. But the militants still control many southern and central parts of the country, and pirates roam the lawless northern coast.
It will lead a flawed government struggling with corruption, militias and widespread hunger. But he is a new leader untainted by past violence, freely elected. And by Somali standards, that alone is no small victory.
The challenge for the sponsors of this political transition was to create a process that Somalis could really get behind, that they could have faith in. The manner of this election and the scale of the victory suggests that it might just work.